What is going on, everybody? In this video, I want to do a quick breakdown on SKIMBO'S $100,000 drive in the Madden 17 Championship Grand Finals against Problem. Down 3 at his own 20. He's got to go 80 yards in a minute and 22 seconds against Problem, who's considered probably the greatest defensive Madden player of all time. So let's get straight into it. So first play here, gun bunch left, Problem in the nickel look. Linebacker shifted opposite of the nickel back to give that kind of dual edge pressure look. Could come off the left, could come off the right, could come off both sides. So SKIMBO'S got to be aware of that. Gun bunch to the left, like I said. And let's see what he goes with. On the first play, he starts off simple with a little flat combo, right, on the left side. So it's corner strike. He's going to have the flat zone, or the flat route rather, corner route, and then the streak. And this drive, it was a quick drive, only 3 plays, but you can see if you watch closely at Problem's adjustments on defense, you can see how SKIMBO ends up making on that third play a huge play down the field and kind of see the development. So right here, SKIMBO ends up checking it down to Jimmy Graham in the flat. As you can see, a simple flat zone stretching concept that I've gone over before. Just read the flat zone. So right here behind the RB button call out, there's a flat zone. Looks like a cloud flat or a soft squat potentially. And he's dropping back, so SKIMBO just hit him underneath and picked up a few yards, which is the right read. But as you can see on defense, if you look at Problem's adjustments, he was coming out nickel blitz, but he was giving SKIMBO some very unique looks on the defensive side of the ball in terms of his coverage shells, right? So it looks like it was nickel blitz, but he manned up this safety, his strong safety, and he was doing this routinely onto Demarius Thomas, who's running this seam route right here, but is getting bumped currently. So he's essentially cross-manning that guy right there. And what he's doing, because he's cross-manning a deep zone, he's got to compensate for that. So he's dropping this cornerback into a deep zone, and then he's kind of usuring it. So if any route happens to go vertically, he knows he doesn't really have to worry about anything vertical on the right side of the field because of the fact there's only one receiver over there at a gun bunch. And so he was doing this, and it was an effective little wrinkle in his defensive setup that not a lot of people do. So I could see how it could give SKIMBO problems. So I thought that was interesting. But you'll kind of see how SKIMBO sees the adaptation that Problem's making and says, all right, if you're doing this every play, here's what I'm going to do to beat it. So right here, first down, simple flat read right there. Pick up 7 yards, gets hit stick. So 2nd and 4 now, gun bunch to the right. So SKIMBO likes going to the wide side of the field with the bunch, opens up that 3-man flood concept, street, corner, flat. A lot easier to do when you have more space. So same defensive look from Problem. You see the shift opposite the nickel back right here, corner strike. This time, I thought this was beautiful from SKIMBO. So a lot of people will run corner strike, and it's the simple, running back out the backfield on the table route, and then you get the C route behind them. It's kind of hard to show right here because they have the player cams up, but you can see Problem did a good job of locking this up by he actually manned up the running back here. So the running back on the table route's not going to get open, and then he had the C route pretty well covered. But what he didn't account for, and what SKIMBO did to adjust, said, okay, you have the flat covered, you have the C route covered, but I'm going to have a backside drag that also fills into the flat. So even if this man was on a hard flat zone guarding the running back, although Problem manned them up, he still would have, because of the running back is running that table route to the outside, he would have got sucked to the outside with the running back, and then Jimmy Graham still would have filled behind him. So as you'll see the play developing, the flat zone defender who's actually manned up on the running back gets pulled out to the flat. Jimmy Graham sinks in right behind it. He actually looks like he could have thrown this C route right here. This X receiver's about to break to the sideline. Looks like he could have thrown that. Looks like Problem didn't have a cloud flat, but the concept still worked out for him, with Jimmy Graham essentially filling right in behind what would have been the hard flat, and he picks up a nice 13-yard gain. So I thought that was a really cool adaptation. Now, third play, this is the money play. If you noticed on the play before, I'm going to actually go back. Notice that Problem is doing the same thing, cross-manning the safety that's in the deep zone onto Demarius Thomas here, who in SKIMBO'S offense almost always runs a streak downfield. And see, Problem kind of like ran with him and then peeled off. He's running to the left now with his user, but you see that he is still cross-manning that deep safety with Demarius Thomas. So I'm sure Skimbo noticed this and said, all right, he's cross-manning. He's got a lot of room to make up now. If I can get a good release with Demaryius Thomas where he's not getting pressed off the line of scrimmage like he did on the first play, and it looked like on the second play he might have been able to hit him up top, but he made the right read, picked up 13 with Jimmy Graham. But if he could tell himself in his mind, okay, if Demaryius Thomas gets a good release, I'm going to take a shot here. And so that's exactly what he does. It looks like he's setting up to take a shot, right? You got the motion out, the double streaks on the right side, blocking 7, giving him as much time as he needs to let anything develop downfield. In this case, as you see, snap of the ball, Demaryius Thomas actually doesn't get pressed. Problem sends, it looks like 3 off the right edge. So Problem only sending 3, Skimbo blocking 7, although it looks like that guy still might come off the edge here. And he does. Skimbo, good pocket presence, rolls out to the left side, and you can see it developing, right? You see Problems already starting to peel off, just like he did last play, right? He used Demaryius Thomas for the first 15, 20 yards and then peeled off. You see he's already peeling off. He sees this in route developing, so he's going to clamp down on that. And Skimbo knows this, even though that guy is kind of in the area. Skimbo feels comfortable taking the shot. Now, another important thing here is when Skimbo takes the shot, watch the button call out, right? So initially it's a rat catch for Demaryius Thomas. It looks like he does have his man beat a little bit, but in the end, you can make this judgment call. You can kind of tell he's not going to have him beat by enough to get a rat catch. If Skimbo goes for a rat catch and Problem clicks on and tries to make a play, or even if he doesn't click on, Problem's defender is probably going to swat it, probably going to pick it off actually, because Demaryius Thomas won't even jump. But watch at the last second, right there, Skimbo, as the ball, about a quarter of a second away from the ball falling into his arms, Skimbo goes for the aggressive catch, and that makes all the difference here. So goes for the aggressive catch. Demaryius Thomas now jumps up for it, and the fact that Problem's defender was beat by a step ends up showing here. Problem's guy goes up for the swat, doesn't make the play, and Skimbo walks into the end zone to take the lead with 51 seconds left, right? Goes up by 4 with 51 seconds. Problem ends up getting the ball and can't convert to take the lead and win the game. So that drive right there, 3 plays, but a lot went into it, a lot of adjustments by both players, and it was, I think, the same adjustment that Problem was making across all 3 plays. I think Skimbo recognized it on the first 2 plays and said, that's something that I can possibly exploit. And so on that 3rd play, you saw him try to exploit it. And the jump ball, aggressive catch, usually it's in the defense's favor, but when you got the opportunity, Skimbo saw the opportunity, took it, and it ended up paying off for him. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Ran a little longer than I would have liked it to, but there was so much to talk about across those 3 plays. But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and comment. Let me know what I can do better, what videos you'd like to see. It really does mean a lot to me, guys. But there will be a lot more content like this on this channel. So until next time, take it easy.
When you're thinking, damn, what is this? That's us. Making speakers bam when it hits like what? Give it summer jams with that west side stuff. Everybody hands in the air straight up. Put them to the sky so high, now jump. Jay is something crazy when that bass line bump. We just getting started, but that beat gon' cut. We just wanna party so tonight, so what? Come on everybody, put the drink down back.